Hello everyone, this side Mayank Jhunjhunwala from IIT Kanpur. So today in this session, I will be discussing PYQs on trigonometry and ITF, which means inverse trigonometric functions from previous year JEE-Main questions. So let's start. So this is the very first question. Let f of theta equal to 3 times sine power 4 3 pi minus 2 theta plus sine power 4 3 pi plus theta minus this thing, and you have been given a set S where theta is going from 0 to pi and f dash theta is minus root 3 by 2. So you need to calculate the value of f of beta. So basically आपको दो information दी हुई है and by using those two informations you need to calculate the value of f of beta. सो सबसे पहले अपने को दिया हुआ है कि एफ डैश थीटा अपन निकाल लेंगे यहाँ से सॉल्व करके एफ डैश थीटा. सो एफ डैश थीटा माइनस रूट 3 by 2 है फॉर 0 to pi बेसिकली. सो एफ डैश थीटा is sin 4 theta which is equal to minus root 3 by 2. And how I got sin 4 theta? When you will differentiate f theta, when you will differentiate f theta, you will be getting something like f dash theta equal to 3 times 4 sine cube 3 pi minus 2 3 pi upon 2 minus theta, and then the differentiation of sine theta would be cos theta. So cos of 3 pi by 2 minus theta, and then the differentiation of minus theta would be minus 1. So take a minus outside, plus for this thing also same thing you need to do, 4 times sine cube of 3 pi plus theta, and then the differentiation of sine would be cos. So cos of 3 pi plus theta, and then the differentiation of 3 pi plus theta would be 1 only, so it doesn't matters, minus 2 times minus 2 sine 2 theta minus 2 sine 2 theta into differentiation of sine 2 theta would be cos 2 theta, and then the differentiation of 2 theta would be equal to 2, so it would become 4. Okay, so now you can see that when you will check for it, 3 pi by 2 minus theta, so it is something odd multiple of pi by 2, and 3 pi by 2 is 270 degree, this is 90, this is 180, and this is 270. So 3 pi by 2 minus theta lies in this quadrant, and you know that it is ASTC. So in this quadrant tan is positive, so cos would be negative, so you can cos 3 pi by 2 minus theta is equal to cos of 3 pi by 2 minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Why so? Because this is a home for tan, so cos would be negative, that's why we got a negative sign, and we know that when there is an odd multiple of pi by 2, the cos changes to sine. Similarly, for this expression, sine of 3 pi by 2 minus theta, this thing would be equal to, again this is a house for tan, so sine would be negative, so minus cos theta, because again this is an odd multiple of pi by 2, and in case of odd multiples I can simply say that sine changes to cos, so minus cos theta and minus sine theta. So this expression will evaluate to so this expression will evaluate to 3 times this would become cos theta minus cos theta actually. And since it is cubed, so minus cube is minus only. So minus will cancel and you will be getting 4 times cos cube theta into sine of, and this thing is again minus sine. So minus from here will come minus sine theta plus 4 times. Similarly, 3 pi plus theta. 3 pi would be somewhat here. This is pi, 2 pi, and 3 pi. So 3 pi plus theta will again come to this quadrant. So since it is pi, so sine will remain sine, but sine would be negative. So basically, I will be getting minus sine theta. And cube of minus sine theta is negative only. So it would be sine cube theta with a negative sign. One negative sign is also there. So I will change this positive sign to minus. And then cos of 3 pi plus theta. Again, since it is multiple of pi, so cos will remain cos, but it is a house for tan, so it would be minus cos theta. So again, minus and minus would become plus. So this is my final expression. Okay. But from here, I can see that, and on evaluating further, I will be getting plus 8 times, because this is minus 2 times minus 2 sine 2 theta into cos 2 theta into differentiation of 2 theta is 2. So, okay. So, plus 8 times sine 2 theta into cos 2 theta. So, basically, this will become sine 4 theta upon 2, because 2 sine 2 theta into cos 2 theta is sine. Basically, I'm using this formula. Sine of 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. So, by using this formula, I would be getting 4 times sine 4 theta. 4 times sine 4 theta. Okay, but I need to make it sine 4 theta only. So this thing is equal to, if I will take minus outside, I will be getting minus 3 times, uh, take 4 sine theta cos theta common. You would be getting cos square theta minus sine square theta. And this thing is equal to cos 2 theta. So minus 3 times, again use this formula here. So you will get 2 times sine 2 theta into cos 2 theta plus 4 times sine 4 theta. And this would be equivalent to minus 3 times. Again, use the same formula, sine 2 theta into cos 2 theta into 2 would become sine 4 theta. So minus 3 times sine 4 theta plus 4 times sine 4 theta. So 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So from here, you will get your final answer as sine of 4 theta. So basically, on differentiating this larger expression, it is basically evaluating to sine 4 theta only. So यहाँ पे सिर्फ कैलकुलेशन वाला पार्ट था. आपको सबसे पहले f dash theta निकालना था, and to calculate f dash theta, you need to simplify this larger looking expression but on simplifying, you will get sine 4 theta. So from here, you are getting f dash theta equal to sine 4 theta. But f dash theta is given to you as minus root 3 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2. And then this is generally a sine equation. And we know that the solution for sine theta equal to some alpha equal to some sine alpha. Okay. So here theta is equal to 4 theta. सो इसका एक्सप्रेशन क्या होता है? इसका एक्सप्रेशन होता है थीटा इज इक्वल टू n पाई प्लस -1 पावर n इंटू अल्फा, नहीं n पाई माइनस, इस टाइप से कुछ होता है। सो वही चीज मैं यहाँ पे पुट करूंगा। सो आई विल बी गेटिंग 4 थीटा इक्वल टू, basically this is a sign equation only. If I am somewhere wrong here, so please correct me. So 4 theta is equal to, from there only I am getting this expression, 4 theta equal to n pi plus -1 power n into pi by 3, because sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. So from there only I am getting this expression. So let me use this. Okay. So 4 theta is coming out to be equal to n pi plus -1 power n into pi by 3. And from here you can take 4 that side and you will get theta equal to n pi by 4 plus -1 power n into pi by 12. Okay, so now you can simply put on the different values for n and you will get the final answers. Putting n equal to 1, you will get minus pi by 12 minus pi by 4. Putting n equal to -1, similarly you can put different values of n and you will get these answers. Okay, so these are the values of theta, but they are asking me the value of the 4 beta is equal to sigma theta. Basically जितने भी आपके पास थीटा हैं ये चारों, इन चारों थीटा का आपको समेशन पूछा है. So add this 4, on adding this and this will cancel, and minus pi by 12 and pi by 12 will cancel. The remaining will be pi by 4 plus pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 4. So 4 beta is equal to 3 pi by 2. From here you are getting beta equal to 3 pi by 8. So beta equal to 3 pi by 8. So basically f of beta is equal to f of 3 pi by 8. Okay, and f theta is given to you. Just put 3 pi by 8 in this expression, and on putting the value you will get 5 by 4 as the final answer. So this was a good question from trigonometry. Here you need to have a good knowledge about trigonometric equation, about differentiation, about uh, evaluating the expression and simplifying it. So this is testing your entire knowledge about especially differentiation. Special was this part only. Trigonometry was a further concern, but if you don't know the differentiation, then you can't proceed with this question. So first of all, you need to be careful while differentiating the expression, and you need to know this many expressions of trigonometry, and then simply apply trigonometric equation, and you will get your answer. Okay. Then moving ahead to our next question. Evaluate 2 sine pi by 22, sine 3 pi by 22 into sine 5 pi by 22 into this thing. Okay, so how to do this thing? Firstly, you need to observe the symmetry that in every denominator you are getting 22, 22. So I know that 11 and 22 are similar, 1 by 2. So I can convert this thing into 11 pi upon 20, 11 pi minus 10 pi. Similarly, this thing would become 11 pi minus 8 pi, 11 pi minus 6 pi, 11 minus 4, and 11 minus 2. Why I did so? Because I know on doing so, I can convert it into pi by 2 minus something. Okay. And similarly here also pi by 2 minus something, pi by 2 minus something, pi by 2 minus something. So here also pi by 2 minus something, जो भी x है मेरा. So I know that sine of pi by 2 minus some particular x is equal to cos x. That's why I can say that this thing is cos pi by 11 1 second. It is cos 10 pi by 22. So it would be 5 pi by 11. No? Okay, that's what is here. So cos 5 pi by 11 from here. Then cos 3 pi by 22. 3 pi by 11 here. Cos 5 pi by 11. No, cos 3 pi by 11. Sorry. So from here. Here it would be cos 4 pi by 11 here. And here would be cos of 2 pi by 11. That is here. And cos of pi by 11. That is here. Okay. So in this way, I can evaluate this expression. And then uh, while I did so, I hope I'm clear. Just to convert this expression into cos terms, I did so. So I converted into the cos, and why I did so, because I know a formula for solving this expression, because this is something like pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi. So this is in AP, and then the terms are in AP in cosine series. So I know the formula for this thing is uh, this is nothing but product of cosine terms with angles in AP, where AP is arithmetic progression with angles in arithmetic progression. Okay. So this was my that's why I converted this thing into cos so that I can get this simple cosine series, and from now I can apply simple formula to get my 1/16 as my final answer. ठीक है. तो उसमें सबसे पहले ये अपने को समझना था कि अपने को इसको कॉस्ट में कन्वर्ट करना है, क्योंकि मेरे को कॉस्ट सॉल्व करना आता है, बट आई डोंट नो हाउ टू सॉल्व साइन टर्म्स. सो इनको साइन को मैंने कॉस्ट में कन्वर्ट किया because I know how to solve this series, and that's why I did 11 pi minus 10 pi and 11 pi minus 8 pi and so on. Okay. So this was my question number 2. Now you can easily solve. This is simply a formula based question, product of cosine terms, and after solving you will get your final answers 1/16. So the main catch in this question was to convert sine terms into cos, and then you can evaluate. Moving ahead, if cot alpha is equal to 1 and sec beta is equal to minus pi by 3, where alpha is between pi and 3 pi by 2, and beta is between pi by 2 and pi, then the value of tan of alpha plus beta is equal to how much? Okay, so इसमें मेरे को cot alpha की वैल्यू दी है 1, cot alpha 1 into tan alpha 1 हो जाएगा because I know that cot is nothing but 1 upon tan. So tan alpha is also equal to 1. Similarly, मेरे को sec beta दिया हुआ है -5/3 and they are saying that beta lies between pi/2 and pi. So ये मेरा एक्सप्रेशन है. मेरे को पता है जो मेरा sec होता है that is equal to h upon b and my tan is p by b. So मैं यहाँ से p निकाल लूंगा. P is nothing but under root of 25 minus 9 which is 16. So root 16 is 4. So 4/3 with a negative sign. This is my tan. Okay. And why tan is negative? Because I know the pi/2 to pi implies this house, and here only sign is positive, so I am getting -4/3. So I got tan beta value, I got sec beta value, I got tan alpha value, and they are asking me the value of tan of alpha plus beta, और मेरे को इसका फॉर्मूला पता है that tan of alpha plus beta is equal to tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. Okay, so this is my formula for tan, and I know the values for alpha, tan beta also. Tan alpha is 1, tan beta is -4/3. So 1 -4/3 upon 1 plus 4/3, because minus and minus will become plus. So you would be getting -1/3 upon 7/3. So -1/7 is the final answer. Okay, so tan alpha plus beta is -1/7. So either this would be correct or this would be only this is correct only. So I don't need to check this also, but I can check for alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta, on adding these two equations, I will be getting alpha plus beta. On adding the two equations, this would lie between pi plus pi/2 is 3 pi/2. So from 3 pi/2 to how much? 3 pi/2 plus pi is 5 pi/2. No, 3 pi/2 plus pi. That thing is equal to 5 pi/2. So alpha plus beta lies between these two values, 3 pi/2 and 5 pi/2. 3 pi/2 is here, and 5 pi/2 is how much? 5 into 90 implies 450. So basically this quadrant में इस दोनों के बीच में कहीं पे होगा. But मेरे को exact coordinate बताना है, तो either it would be this quadrant or this quadrant. But I'm getting tan of alpha plus beta to be negative. I'm getting tan negative, and here all are positive, and here only cos is positive. So in this quadrant my tan would be negative, and I'm getting tan of alpha plus beta to be negative. If it would be in first quadrant, then it should have been positive, but क्योंकि ये negative है, it implies कि ये fourth quadrant में. So alpha plus beta lies in fourth quadrant. So this interval boils down to 3 pi/2 to 5 to 2 pi. Okay, so my interval boils down to this expression from 3 pi/2 to 2 pi. So this is the range of my alpha plus beta. So my right option is A part. Even if I don't know this thing, then also I can take first part only, because -1/7 is given in this option only. So these all three are incorrect. Okay, and what students generally tend to do, they see 7 and -7, so they think either one of these would be correct because only a negative sign is different. So they take a chance between these two, but this is not the case every time. This can also be true. So this was one of the cases. Now moving ahead to next question. Sorry. So in this question, they are saying alpha is equal to sin 36 degree is the root of the following equation. किस इक्वेशन का अल्फा sin 36 डिग्री रूट है वो मुझे बताना है बेसिकली. मेरे को एक वैल्यू दी है sin 36 degrees and I need to tell that this is the root of which equation. Okay, so how to check this? Firstly, for this thing I need to know the value of sin 36 degrees. The value for sin 36 is this thing and this you should remember. ये आपको याद होना चाहिए because this is very important. अगर ये नहीं आता तो फिर you would be in problem. And how you calculate this value? To calculate this value, you need to use the formula for sine 5 theta and then break this thing in sine of 2 theta plus 3 theta and then solve it further because 5 theta is nothing but how much? 6 5 is 30, 0 3, 36 into 5, 210 degrees. So either you can use that thing or you can even do it by just you need to use sine 5 theta to calculate this value. But in paper, if you will go and calculate this value, then this will take consume a lot of time. So you need not do that. Basically, you just need to remember the value for sine 5 theta because this is very important. Okay, so sine 5 theta is equal to 10 minus 2 root 5 by 4. Okay, so let me hide this taskbar. 1 second. Okay, so okay, so sine 5 theta is equal to this thing. 10 minus 2 root 5 upon 4. This is again a very important expression. मतलब आपको ये याद होना चाहिए तभी आप solve कर सकते हो इस question को. Now it is simple. Since you know the value x is equal to, this is not visible. What happened? Okay, let me take this one. So x is coming out to be equal to root of 10 minus, ये आपको याद होना चाहिए because this is an important expression. ठीक है? So now take 4 that side, you will be getting 4x is equal to root of 10 minus 2 root 5 and then square both the sides, you will be getting 16x square equal to 10 minus 2 root 5. Again square both the sides because you need to you can see here you are getting an equation in x power 4 terms, so you need to square it once again. So on squaring you will be getting 256, or do one thing, take minus 10 this side and then square and cancel 2, so you're getting 8x square minus 5 because then only this root will go away, otherwise it will remain. 8x square minus 5 is equal to minus root 5, and now square both the sides, you will get 16x square plus 25 minus how much? 8 5 is 40, 40 to the 80, 80x square equal to 5. And from there you can get this here, this as a final equation. 4x square, 4x power 4 minus 20x square plus 5 equal to 0. Because 5 will come this side and this will become equal to 20. Then you can take 5 common and this is your final answer, which is I guess option number 4x power 4 minus 20x square plus 5. So this is your final answer. Okay, so just you need to know the value of sin 36 degrees. अगर आपको ये value पता है sin 36 की, then you can easily solve for this question. Okay, so moving ahead, If tan pi by 9 x and tan 7 pi by 8 are in arithmetic progression, तो सबसे पहले तो ये लिख लो कि 2x is equal to tan pi by 9 plus tan of 7 pi by 18. Okay. Then use tan a plus tan b formula. जो मेरे को इतना दिया है मैं अभी इतने को सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, मैंने आगे पढ़ा ही नहीं. So tan a plus tan b is, actually you can't solve it because you know the formula for tan of a plus b, not tan a plus b. So be it like that only. Then tan pi by 9 y and tan 5 pi by 18 are also in arithmetic progression. So you have also been given that 2y is equal to tan pi by 9, keep it like this only, plus tan of 5 pi by 18. Okay, so these two expressions are given to you. Then the value of mod of x minus 2y is being asked. Okay, so as I told you, these two expressions are given to you. Okay, so now you need to tell the value for mod of x minus 2y. But from here, I can see that my pi is 180 degrees, 180 upon 9 is 20. So I just simplified into the simpler angles. मतलब basically मैंने pi वगैरह हटा दिया. तो यहाँ से मुझे मिला half tan 20 plus tan 70. Similarly, 2y is equal to tan 20 plus tan 50. So now they're asking me for mod of x minus 2y. So just put the values of x and y. Let me do it here because here I got the space. So mod of x minus 2y is equal to mod of tan pi by 9 minus, actually plus, tan 7 pi by 18 tan of 7 pi by 18 upon 2 minus tan pi by 9 minus tan 5 pi by 18. Okay, now you can simply evaluate this. Tan pi by 9 minus 2 times tan pi by 9 would be minus of tan pi by 9 minus of tan pi by 9 actually they have done this thing in square 2050 only, but no worries. Minus 2 times tan 5 pi by 18 plus tan of 7 pi by 18. Okay, upon 2. So अब आप यहाँ पे simple values डाल दो इनकी. Tan pi by 9 is tan 20. So tan 20 minus, you will get tan 20 with a negative sign of course plus tan 70. अब यहाँ पे बहुत ही बढ़िया सा फॉर्मूला लगेगा. Minus tan 20 plus tan 70 minus 2 times tan 50 minus 2 times tan 50 upon 2. So you will be getting this expression. Okay, and now this thing is, I separate these two equations, basically not in mod form but in bracket form only. So I would be getting this thing. Okay, so this is my final expression. Now I use the formula of tan a plus b here. because I can see that 20 plus 50 is equal to 70. So I can use tan A plus B for 20 and 50. So tan of 20 plus 50, which is equal to tan 70, is equal to tan of A plus tan B upon 1 minus tan A tan B. Tan A into tan B. Okay. So you can say that tan 70 minus tan 70 minus tan 70 into tan 20 into tan 50, which means this expression is equal to this thing. And now you can take now you can take these two expressions that side and evaluate. You will get tan 70 common. Not tan 70 common. You will take these two expressions that side and you will be getting tan of 70 minus tan 70 tan 20 tan 50 minus tan 20 minus tan 50 equal to 0. Okay. So from here you can see that tan of hmm, okay. So on further simplifying, you will get tan 70 minus tan 50 minus tan 20 minus tan 50 equal to 0. But you can see that this expression and this expression is same only, because here also you are getting minus 2 times tan 50 and here also you're getting minus 2 times tan 50, tan 70 minus tan 20, same expression, and this thing is equal to 0. So this thing will also be equal to mod of 0 by 2, that is equal to 0. Okay, so the value of this expression is 0. So you just need to be careful about this thing, that that you need to apply tan of a plus b here, because 70 plus, because you know that 50 plus 20 is equal to 70. 50 plus 20 is equal to 70. That's why you need to apply this formula. Okay. Okay, let's move on. And one more thing here. How you come to this expression from this one? This thing is because this expression is equal to tan 50. How come? Because you can write tan 70 as cot 20. Why so? Because cot 20 is nothing but tan of cot of pi by 2 minus 20 degrees. And you know that in first, this is first quadrant, and in first quadrant all the angles are positive, so tan is also positive, and cot of pi by 2 minus 20 is cot 20 degrees, tan 70 degrees. Basically this thing is tan, and this thing is tan 70, and since it is pi by 2, so pi by 2, we know that in case of odd multiples of pi by 2, it converts to cot. So that's why tan 70 is equal to cot 20, and tan and cot are inverse of each other. So this and this will cancel. So tan 70 minus tan 50 minus tan 20 minus tan 50 equal to 0. From there you are getting this thing equal to 0. So 0 by 2 is equal to 0. So mod of x minus 2y is equal to 0. Simple. So firstly, you need to use the information given from the AP part and then simply convert this into angles because आप pi by 9 और 7 pi by 18 में नहीं लिख पाओगे कि ये a plus b करके c बन रहा है. So you need to firstly be careful about that. You need to say this thing that 20 plus 50 is equal to 70. That's why we need to apply tan of a plus b formula. And after applying tan of a plus b formula, this thing becomes simple. Just there is a catch over here that this expression is equal to tan 50 because tan 20 into tan 70 is 1. And then this thing is coming out to be equal to 0. So your final answer is equal to 0. Okay. Now let's move on to next one. If sine theta plus cos theta is equal to half, then 16 times this thing is equal to how much? Okay, so basically यहाँ पे 2 थीटा 4 थीटा और 6 थीटा की बात की गई है, तो बेसिकली एंगल्स को मेरे को मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. सबसे पहले तो मैं इस एक्सप्रेशन का स्क्वायर कर देता हूँ क्योंकि स्क्वायर करने में मेरे को साइन 2 थीटा का टर्म मिल जाएगा जो मुझे चाहिए. Upon squaring, I know that this thing is equal to 1. This is the very general thing that everybody know, that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This is a very general thing. So 1 plus sine 2 theta is equal to minus 1 by 4. So यहाँ से मेरे को sine 2 theta मिल गया minus 3 by 4. So I got one expression. Okay. Then I know that cos 4 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square 2 theta. ये अगर आप सीधे समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो you must have read this formula. Cos of 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 times sine square theta. So वही फॉर्मूला है, बस 2 को मैंने 4 से रिप्लेस कर दिया, सो यहाँ पे 2 आ जाएगा. सो यहाँ से मेरे को मिल जाएगा 1 minus 2 times sine 2 theta is minus 3 by 4, so square of minus 3 by 4, so you would be getting minus 1 by 8. And then for sine 6 theta, you can use the formula of sine 3 theta equal to 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. And now take theta equal to 2 theta, so you will be getting sine of 6 theta, replace theta by 2 theta, so it would be equal to 3 times sine of 2 theta minus 4 times sine of 6 theta. Okay, so q 6 sine cube theta only, sorry, sine cube 2 theta, it is not sine 3 theta, it is sine cube theta. So sine cube 2 theta. Okay, now you know the value of sine 2 theta. Just put the values and you will get the value for sine 6 theta. So cos 4 theta is minus 1 by 8, sine 6 theta is minus 9 by 16, and now you just need to put on the values since you have calculated the values, and you will get the final answer as minus 23. Very simple question. You just need to be you just need to be aware of these formulas, and for calculating 6 theta, you need to be aware that you need to take theta equal to 2 theta, then only you can calculate the value for this expression. Okay, so this was a nice question in terms of formula. So I hope you understood it. Now moving on to next one. If sine inverse alpha upon 17 plus cos inverse 4 upon 5 minus tan inverse 77 upon 36 is equal to 0, where alpha is between 0 and 13, then sine inverse of sine alpha plus cos inverse of cos alpha is equal to how much? तो सबसे पहले तो इसमें sin inverse alpha by 17 मुझे दिया हुआ है. This thing is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 77 by 36. मैं इन दोनों को RHS पे ले गया basically. Then I put cos inverse 4 by 5 equal to P. I'll basically let it tan inverse 77 by 36 equal to Q. Okay. And from here, I know that sine inverse of sine alpha or sine of sine inverse alpha is equal to sine of this thing is Q, this thing is P. So it is Q minus P. So this thing is equal to sine of q minus p, and sine of a minus b is equal to sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So from here, you are getting the value of sine inverse is equal to 1. Basically, इससे ध्यान रखना कि sine of sine inverse of some angle is always equal to that angle. But अगर बाहर साइन इनवर्स होगा और अंदर साइन होगा, देन दिस थिंग इज नॉट ऑलवेज इक्वल. यहाँ पे कुछ कंडीशन हो जाती है कि अगर मैं सिर्फ साइन इनवर्स के डोमेन में हूँ तभी मैं इसको एक्स के बराबर लिख सकता हूँ, बट दिस थिंग इज नॉट ऑलवेज. ये हमेशा बराबर नहीं होता. हाँ, साइन ऑफ साइन इनवर्स एक्स इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू एक्स, बट साइन इनवर्स ऑफ साइन एक्स इज नॉट ऑलवेज इक्वल टू एक्स. तो ये तो अल्फा बाय 17 के बराबर हो जाएगा. सो अल्फा बाय 17 इज इक्वल टू दिस थिंग. फ्रॉम देयर यू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा. Now alpha is calculated. Now simply put on the value of alpha. So this thing is sine inverse of sine 8 plus cos inverse of cos 8. Draw the graphs of sine inverse sine x function and cos inverse cos x function, which are something like this. V-shaped graphs, this type of graphs. Similarly for cos, and then search for the value 8. From there you can see that sine inverse of sine 8 is equal to minus 8 plus 3 pi, and cos inverse cos 8 is equal to 8 minus 2 pi. So on further simplifying, 8 and 8 will cancel, and you will get your pi as your final answer. Why so? Because sine of sine inverse x is always equal to x, but sine inverse of sine is not equal to x each time. This depends upon the graph, that on which straight line you are currently. So when you will check for 8, you would be on minus x plus 3 pi. Basically, sine inverse sine 8 is equal to sine inverse sine 8 lies on the line 3 pi minus x. इसलिए यहाँ से मेरे को मिला 3 pi minus 8. सिमिलरली cos inverse cos 8 मुझे मिल जाएगा x minus 2 pi वाली लाइन पे. So वहां से मुझे pi फाइनल आंसर मिल जाएगा. So you just need to draw the graphs for sin inverse sin x and cos inverse cos x, and you need to remember the graphs, these two graphs of sin inverse sin x and cos inverse cos x. These two graphs are very important for solving inverse trigonometric questions. So please remember these two graphs. If you don't know these two graphs, then you can't solve this equation. So draw these graphs, and from those graphs you can get the value of x equal to 8, and from there you can get the final answer as equal to pi. Okay. So I guess we are short of time now. So we will do the remaining questions in our next session. Till then, I hope मैंने आज जितने क्वेश्चन समझाए वो समझ में आए होंगे. दे वर नॉट टिपिकल एज सच, बट आपको जैसे कि नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. अगर आपको साइन 36 नहीं पता, देन यू कांट सॉल्व फॉर दिस इक्वेशन. सिमिलरली अगर आपको ये नहीं पता कि यहाँ पे आपको साइन इनवर्स साइन एक्स का ग्राफ नहीं पता या कॉस इनवर्स कॉस एक्स का ग्राफ नहीं पता, तो फिर आप वो चीज सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते बेसिकली. तो ट्रिग्नोमेट्री या इनवर्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्री सॉल्व करने के लिए आपको सारे फॉर्मूलाज और सारे वैल्यूज, सारे एक्सप्रेशंस, ग्राफ्स वगैरह का आइडिया होना चाहिए. तभी आप टफ से टफ क्वेश्चन को भी सॉल्व कर सकते हो. अदरवाइज सिंपल से सिंपल क्वेश्चन हार्ड बन जाएगा, बिकॉज दिस चैप्टर इज अबाउट फॉर्मूलाज एंड इक्वेशंस. सो यू नीड टू रिमेंबर दोस थिंग्स. Rest, I hope today's lecture was on a bit easier side. You must have understood it. So, okay, thank you.